Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Happy Friday to you. Taking a quick look at Solana once more. Upwards of 119 at this point, testing its local bottom, essentially that 120 range, as we discussed previously, was that heavy liquidation range. Generally, lower ranges of liquidation will be upper ranges of resistance if and when the price action retests. So that's what we're seeing now. Distinct probability we see the price pull back. I am considering a short on this coin, but I want to wait for the price to kind of continue a little bit higher and maybe pump up to this 125 range. That seems a little more practical. Between now and then, congratulations to our folks, community members rather, for a good 21% on a long from Solana at 115 to 119.75. Got in, got out, kind of sniped a trade there. And at this point, I'm considering once more so a short in the upper 124, 125 range. Will that come to pass? Hard to say specifically. We could get a rejection here soon, but I do kind of feel like volume on Bitcoin's going to go down and the price of Bitcoin's going to go up. We're going to trap a lot of late longs on a Friday or Saturday, for example. That's happened very, very consistently this year. Just so you know, friendly reminder, 12 out of 13 weekends have been red this year, okay? Basically just implies that we typically open strong on Friday with a green day on a Friday, and we result somewhere between Saturday and Sunday with significant red selling pressure. So just know that's going to affect Solana if that happens, okay? Having said that, not a ton of liquidation here, a little bit above the price, 120 to 122. So there's not like a ton of incentive for the price to keep going higher. But once more, this will continue to change as time goes on. Good news is with this recent absolute destructive force of the tariffs, a pump to 136, a dump to 117, that wiped out every single long and short in the market. So we're kind of just hit the old reset button. And at this point, we're going to see, leverage essentially a little less than normal. Right now, we can see leverage is roughly at about 2 billion in shorts. So once more, it's kind of emphasizing the fact you don't want to take a long. Now, you're probably wondering or scratching your head, wait a minute, Cash, you told me yesterday not to take a long position, and you took one yourself. Well, yes, there was a significant disparity with the double bottom. Bitcoin is starting to balance out, and we started to see high volume flowing into Bitcoin, and Solana looked like it was ready to retest that 120. Keep in mind, that was more like a snipe. We wanted to get in and out quickly. The whole point of this is that, most people will take a long where I did, and they'll still hold the long until, 150, 170, 200. And that's just not the way you can do things right now, folks. You got to get in and out. You got to take what you can from the market because it'll completely destroy you if you hold on for too long. Not to mention all the fees that you're going to get eaten up on too if you hold for too long with high leverage. So just know that. Anyways, all that being said, a lot of confluence here as support. So it's not all doom and gloom here for Solana. 117 is the most recent open interest area. So that's a good sign there for us. Furthermore, too, if we look at the daily time frame, there's not really a lot of consolation here at all. In fact, you don't trade on consolation. So just a friendly reminder there, folks. We're under all moving averages, descending trend line. There's nothing bullish about this, which is all the more reason why market makers are probably going to pump the price. So just bear that in mind. I wouldn't be surprised. The reason why it's important to maybe wait for a short is because, well, for one, we have more volume flowing in for the moment. Bitcoin seems to be holding 83,000 quite nicely. And overall, we have a lot of resistance above the price action, not directly right here at this level. So even though 120, I feel, being a local bottom, if you will, or, as previous bottom of the range, it's not necessarily going to hold as a significant resistance. But I think that 125 will. And the reason why is we got our 0.618 fib level. We got our local point of control. So ever since we've been here since March 10th. So in this range of roughly 3.5 weeks of trading, just say a month's worth of trading data, we can see the most amount of positions are averaged at 125. That reinforces that as a resistance range for us and more likelihood of rejection there as well. So a lot of times what you'll see is price come up like here and then it comes up a little bit higher, maybe hit 128 or 129, and then it'll pull back really hard once we've trapped a lot of late longs there, okay? And the reason why that happens is because breakout traders try to enter the market as soon as you break a trend, okay? Generally speaking, you want to wait for a bullish backtest of a trend before you consider shorting or taking along depending on the opposite direction. But anyways, let's not worry about that for now. The key takeaway here is the 4-hour time frame is trying hard to break bullish. But just keep in mind, every time we see this happen, the price tends to pull back almost instantly. So it's another one of those false positives. So even though I love price action being above 50 on the RSI, that cannot be the only metric you take trades on. So MACD and stochastic are swinging up. it does imply further upside. So I do think we're going to see a continuation of 125, possibly even 130. I do think we won't see anything above 130, just based on that being the local high. But once more, I've been wrong in the past. Ichimoku Cloud hourly time frame does reinforce the resistance at 124, 125 with the Ichimoku Cloud, but the lagging span is free and clear. Conversion lines above the baseline. We got good momentum. We're probably going to continue to push towards that level. It just makes sense. And if you look at this here, look at the price action for Solana, and you compare it with Bitcoin. Solana is performing a lot better than Bitcoin in the last 12 to 24 hours. And once more, you kind of see that disparity between the two coins. You recognize that, hey, this coin may be worth investing in the short term. That's kind of where we're at. So hopefully that makes sense. I described that correctly. Thanks so much again for being an awesome part of my life. I'll post a playout chart in our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord as per usual. It's all there for you. Make sure you reference Bitunix too, folks. Phenomenal exchange. Excellent reward bonus here. Use my link to register so you can get monthly competitions and or progressive prize pools that they offer. So it's cool, easy stuff, but they're really good to us. But thanks again for just being awesome. Hope you have a good rest of the day. We look forward to seeing the next one. Take care out there. Bye-bye.